Get ready for the action because Nick Nurse has officially rejoined the Philadelphia 76ers after attending his brother's funeral. He shared some powerful thoughts about Steve Nurse and what he knows his brother would want him to do for the team, setting the tone for what's coming next.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we dive deep into the crucial injury news surrounding Joel Embiid. We break down why the Philadelphia 76ers have ruled him out for Game 2 against the New York Knicks due to a right ankle sprain and right hip soreness, and what this means for the team's immediate hopes. We are also looking at the sharp criticism coming from ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins regarding Joel Embiid's absence, exploring why Perkins feels this situation is incredibly frustrating for the 76ers fanbase and what this absence signals for the team's strategy moving forward. Finally, we wrap up with the full picture, how this Embiid situation is reshaping the 76ers lineup, the pressure on Tyrese Maxey, and the urgent need for the team to survive this series without their star. Stay locked in because we have all the analysis you need right here. Nick Nurse has rejoined the Philadelphia 76ers following the funeral of his brother, expressing his desire to coach after the unexpected passing of Steve Nurse. Nurse made the announcement on Wednesday, stating that Steve Nurse would have wanted him to be on the bench for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Knicks. Nurse was in Ankeny, Iowa, on Tuesday, the day preceding the first 2 games of the series against the Knicks in New York. Before the game, Nurse reflected on the demands of the professional environment, saying, kind of the film and the practice and the game and all that stuff kind of takes care of some time, right? He added, but I'm here coaching and my brother would expect me to be. He was a huge fan. He wants us to go play. He wants us to play hard, so that's what we're going to try to do tonight. Steve Nurse passed away unexpectedly at the age of 62 last Wednesday. Nick Nurse had remained with the 76ers during their run from a 3-1 deficit to eliminate Boston in the first round, before the team fell to the Knicks with a score of 137-98 on Monday. Nick Nurse also acknowledged the support he received from his family, thanking opposing coach Mike Brown for offering condolences during his news conference after the Knicks practiced on Tuesday. Nick Nurse has rejoined the Philadelphia 76ers following the funeral of his brother, expressing that Steve Nurse would have wanted him on the bench for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Nurse was in Ankeny, Iowa, on Tuesday, the day preceding the first 2 games of the series against the Knicks in New York. Speaking before the game, Nurse emphasized his commitment to the team, stating, kind of the film and the practice and the game and all that stuff kind of takes care of some time, right? But I'm here coaching and my brother would expect me to be. He was a huge fan. He wants us to go play. He wants us to play hard, so that's what we're going to try to do tonight. Steve Nurse passed away unexpectedly last Wednesday at the age of 62. Nick Nurse had remained with the 76ers during their journey from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Boston in the first round, before succumbing to a 137-98 loss to the Knicks on Monday. Nurse thanked opposing coach Mike Brown for offering condolences after his news conference following the Knicks practice on Tuesday, noting that he and his family had received significant support. The Philadelphia 76ers have ruled out star center Joel Embiid for Game 2 against the New York Knicks due to a right ankle sprain and right hip soreness, marking a significant setback for the team in their Eastern Conference semifinal series. The decision came late, after Embiid was initially listed as probable, shifting the team's outlook after trailing the Knicks 1-0. The official injury report cited both the hip issue and the ankle sprain. Reports indicated Embiid experienced increased soreness in both areas and was receiving treatment, but the final decision was to keep him inactive before tip-off, meaning Philadelphia must play the entire game without their primary interior scorer and half-court pressure point. This absence is particularly impactful as Embiid was crucial in Game 1, where he scored 14 points, and his absence leaves the 76ers without their most potent offensive weapon. While ESPN reported Embiid is day-to-day going forward, the immediate outlook is uncertain, with the team awaiting the official injury report before Game 3 to gauge the potential for his return. In a move to establish a clear lineup, the 76ers officially announced Andre Drummond will start alongside Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Quentin Grimes. Analysts suggest that while options like Adem Bona or Andre Drummond are viable plug-ins, the team is also considering configurations that emphasize mobility, potentially asking Paul George, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Quentin Grimes to carry a greater two-way load alongside Maxey. Noi Dung Kai tight. Joel Embiid's latest injury status has ignited intense debate and sharp criticism from ESPN analysts following his ruling out for Game 2 of the Philadelphia 76ers Eastern Conference semifinal series against the New York Knicks. According to an Associated Press report via NBA.com, Embiid is sidelined due to a sprained right ankle and sore right hip, a designation that followed the team's initial assessment of him as probable. The 76ers downgraded him to out approximately 6 hours before tip-off. /N ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins offered blunt commentary on the situation during NBA Today, expressing strong dissatisfaction with the timing of the injury news. When questioned about Philadelphia's ability to defeat the Knicks without Embiid, Perkins stated, "No chance," citing the Knicks' strong offensive and defensive performance over the preceding 4 games and emphasizing that the team needs Joel. Perkins further voiced his frustration, declaring, "It's not just unfortunate if you're a 76er fan. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating." /N, the official injury designation, involves both the ankle sprain and hip soreness, following increased soreness that prevented Embiid from participating in the team's Wednesday morning shoot-around. This injury compounds concerns, especially given Embiid's compromised performance in Game 1, where he finished with 14 points on 3 of 11 shooting against the Knicks. /N, the immediate basketball ramifications are significant. Tyrese Maxey will face a heavier offensive burden, having scored 13 points on 3 of 9 shooting in Game 1. Philadelphia will also need to rely on frontcourt minutes from players like Andre Drummond or Adem Bona against a Knicks lineup featuring Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. /N, the 76ers have yet to provide a clear return timeline for Embiid beyond the Game 2 absence, which fuels the critical sentiment. Perkins framed the situation as part of a recurring pattern, noting, "Different year, same story," highlighting the recurring challenge of Philadelphia's postseason hopes hinging on Embiid's availability. /N, Perkins also drew a comparison to Anthony Edwards, arguing that Edwards set a different standard by insisting on playing through his limitations, stating, "I don't want to hear about doctors and the team holding you out." Because the doctors and teams, they couldn't hold Anthony Edwards out. Anthony Edwards went there and put his foot down and said, "I'm going to play. I'm going to be available." /N, this criticism underscores the immense void Embiid's absence creates. He's not just a star but the cornerstone of the 76ers roster construction, providing crucial post-scoring, half-court pressure, and defensive size against players like Towns. While Maxey can elevate the tempo, the team's margin for error is severely diminished without their former MVP. For the 76ers, the focus has shifted from contention to immediate survival in the series, as they attempt to avoid falling into a 0-2 deficit.